Hi, I'm Eric Lanask. We're here at this year's Real-Time Web Solutions Conference in New York City. Joining me from Voice4Net is Rick McFarland. Rick, always good to have you on our program.
Yep, thanks, Eric. Good to see you again.
So how about an update? Start off with an update on Voice4Net and specifically, what kind of WebRTC solutions are you offering for the contact center?
Yeah, great. So we've celebrated our 20th year this year and been working on WebRTC for about the last 5 years, and just released a new product that has the multi-channel, omni-channel for agents in the contact center, which includes voice and video and chat and all of those things in a single environment. So enjoying our 20th year.
Oh, wow. Congratulations. Certainly, hopefully a lot to look forward to. Speaking of some of these latest enhancements, what are the benefits that they're going to offer to your contact center customers?
Yeah, so what we're finding is that a lot of the administrators and the people that are actually having to manage and monitor the contact center, they're still using a lot of legacy tools, and it's still very difficult for them to do that. So even though some of the agents have gotten some advanced tools and technology, the administrators and supervisors, the people that do the analytics and the quality assurance, are still dealing with a lot of older tools. So the benefits of this new real-time pieces that we have also include the administrative rich user experience, so they can keep track of a lot of the RTC agents that are working much more efficiently.
And certainly, I would imagine when you're able to do that, the additional benefit, there's going to be some potentially significant cost savings or cost efficiencies. Yeah,
not only just return on investment from a cost perspective, but efficiencies in terms of how they handle customer engagement, in healthcare, patient engagement. When you can administer a group better, it just works a lot smoother operation, specifically with teleworkers and remote contact center agents. So we're seeing a lot of people putting people at home, working from home, or they're managing 2 or 3 centers that are located in different parts of the world, Philippines, Ecuador, India, etc. And this rich user administrative experience allows me to have a visual cue or a visual operational view of what's going on, regardless of where the physical agent is located.
Well, certainly the ability to deploy agents remotely has been a huge benefit for contact centers for some time. As far as deployment goes, how does the ability to have, or how does the use of real-time protocol benefit deployment?
2 things. One is, with real-time communications protocol, it works within a browser. So everybody's used to using a browser. They know how to use it. It's a thin client or a zero client option, really. You don't have to download anything or plug in anything. You log into a site, you authenticate, and you're an agent. And you can also do voice, video, chat, etc. But the other thing also, the deployment, you still have the human concept, right? So you still have to train somebody to use the user experience. So what HTML5 and JavaScript allow you to do is build rich user experiences that are very intuitive, so you don't have a lot of training and a learning curve. So now I have this rich web experience that people can use right out of the box, and oh, by the way, it has all the real-time communications protocols built into it now.
And what does this all mean in terms of, or what are the implications in terms of scalability and customization in the contact center?
Yeah, scalability, of course, because we can do premise or cloud. We don't really care which. Cloud gives you that scalability, so you can have agents all over the world in thousands. Customization has been great, again, because the user experience is HTML5 or JavaScript. So I've got a lot more tools available to me, and a lot more what I would call non-core engine programmers that have availability of those tools. So it's less expensive to develop richer experiences, faster to deploy, faster to test, just a heck of a lot easier, not just for the contact center people themselves, but for us as developers of contact center applications.
Does your ability to go to market with a WebRTC-based solution, is that proving a benefit in terms of your market presence?
Absolutely, not just from a perspective of cost and deployment speed that we can go in terms of total cost of ownership for the customer as well, but just the fact that these rich user experiences, when you demonstrate those to the administrators that are having to do their job every day, the response that we're getting is almost a gasp. I mean, they're literally, oh gosh, I've been looking for something like this for so long, because they're used to using these old legacy tools with these old legacy phone systems. So when they see this rich user experience and rich user administrative capabilities, it's almost like a relief. They feel like, we're finally moving into the 21st century.
There's certainly one last question for you. Been a lot of talk about the delays in terms of standards being finalized, yet that hasn't stopped or precluded the market from launching solutions, adopting solutions, and being successful and even monetizing solutions. Are the standards truly that necessary?
Standards would certainly help because it would give us all a framework that we need to follow so that interaction between different product lines would be much, much easier. Just like when SIP finally came out with the RFC and their standardization, it forced vendors into doing it a certain way. But even with standards, SIP's a perfect example. There's 14 different ways you can do a SIP refer, or a transfer, and you have to figure out how they did theirs. RTC is going to be the same way, but it's not going to slow us down in terms of where we go. You're still dealing with web development standards, so you've any tool of choice that you use in terms of developing your interface, the RTC piece. You could almost call Google Chrome kind of the temporary standard, I guess you would say. Some of the other browsers are finally doing plugins and native support for it, but it hasn't slowed us down. And again, we're going to go at the speed of what the customers want. We're not going to wait around for standards to give them what they need. But yes, it definitely would help interoperability between applications.
Excellent. Well, Rick, thank you for joining me. Thanks, as always, for being here at the show, and good luck for your next 20 years.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Good to see you.